So you know how to build muscle, lose fat, get stronger, all of that. Resistance training leads to building muscle, calorie deficit leads to losing fat, and progressive overload increases strength, right? Well, there's multiple studies to back this up. And on top of that, there's even more studies on how to do things even more granular. For example, did you know that studies show an incline bench of 15 degrees is actually more optimal and engages the chest 10% more than at 30 degrees? Or did you know that cardio while fasting helps you burn more calories throughout the day? Or furthermore, did you know that there was a study that says that eating more banana peels helps grow your third leg? You probably haven't heard of that one because I made it up. But if I type up a study that says that a control group experienced up to 69% of growth, I guarantee someone will believe it. Anyways, gym bros that base their whole entire routine around studies and what's considered the most optimal are science-based lifters. They're known to be small, they're known to correct everyone on their exercises, and they mention how suboptimal everyone is for not following the studies. Because lifting heavy stuff, that's just too simple. You have to overcomplicate everything these days. Some science-based lifters are cool, they stay in their own lane, but then others are just straight nerds. Like Swirlies from a Disney Channel bully kind of nerd. And for real, no disrespect, I like everyone on this list. They're all pretty cool, but there's just some that are way dweebier than the other ones on this list. For example, my boy Jeffrey Nipples. Bro uses the amount of studies to prove his theory as clickbait in his titles. This is like Mr. Beast using the amount of money he's giving away in his titles, except the target audience is gym nerds. Bro is literally the nerd emoji on a 5'5" muscular frame. Jeff pulled one study out of his about how kiwis can help immune health and repair damaged tissue, and it also contains the neurotransmitter serotonin, which can help lift your mood and help you feel more relaxed. Yeah, whatever, he just said some big words, pulled out a study, and now the kiwi stock has went up thanks to the gym nerds. And my boy Jeff, he is definitely the king of nerdiness. S tier. Sean Nalawani. Mario Rios repeatedly calls out Sean for using lifting belts while doing a leg extension, and for once I kind of have to agree with Mario here. Even though Sean's impression of Mario was spot on, I think we all know who the true Maria Ross impersonator is. Sean doesn't use big words to get his point across. In fact, he tries to make it as simple and straightforward as possible. So I really wouldn't call him nerdy, but I also wouldn't call him the opposite of nerdy. Definitely a little dweeby. B tier. Sam Sulek. He's for sure the opposite of nerdy. Some people are going to say that Sam isn't really a science-based lifter, but look, these long-lengthed partials that he does are based on scientific evidence. Not to mention calculating the amount of macros he needs to be able to look like a Greek god and be able to eat like he's a guest star on Nikocato's mukbang video. That's like me calculating the amount of minutes I have to rest my eyes straight after my alarm rings and get dressed and drive 18 minutes to work in moderate traffic. It's not the best time management, but at least it's backed by science, somewhat. So if you agree with me and Sam is a science-based lifter, I'm gonna have to give him F tier. Wait, I have to tell you about the best science-based recovery method and the new addition to their lineup, the D5 Pro Massage Gun, made by Bob and Brad. I wore these glasses because I thought it would make me look more nerdy, but really I just look like a Men in Black agent on his day off. I didn't have any real glasses. The D5 Pro Massage Gun takes self-care to the next level with advanced features and profession-grade power for unparalleled muscle recovery. Developed by renowned physical therapist Bob and Brad, it harnesses the power of 60% stronger percussion to effectively alleviate knots, stiffness, and soreness. Switch effortlessly between multiple intensity settings and attachments tailored to your needs via the intuitive clear OLED display. With an ergonomic quadrilateral design, you can easily target hard-to-reach areas without strain. And I mean any hard to reach areas. So yeah, this gun provides you with deeper muscle relief, a comfortable grip, ultimate customization with different speeds, intensities, and attachments, and precision control. But who really cares? Doesn't every gun do that? Well, we're gonna put it to the test. So as you can see here, I have two massage guns. I have Bob and Brad's D5 Pro massage gun, and I also have Therabody's Theragun Sense, which is technically the competitor. The D5 Pro is actually listed at around $170, but if you use the link in my description or in the pinned comment, it'll be knocked down to $150. So let's say we're pricing it at $150. The Theragun Sense comes out to twice as much at $300. So you might be thinking maybe it's because it's better quality. Well, let's compare the quality. So the D5 Pro provides 12.8 millimeters of amplitude, while the Theragun Sense, or whatever it's called, only provides 12 millimeters of amplitude. Now, what does that mean? Basically,
the amplitude in physics is the maximum extent of vibration or oscillation, is measured from the position of equilibrium to the crest or thrust of the wave, and it specifies the physical displacement of the wave.
So basically what that all means is that it goes deeper and harder. And believe me, it gets deep. So Bob and Brad's gun goes 0.8 millimeters deeper than their competitor, which doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, it's a lot. Just ask Nick Smith. On top of those stats, Bob and Brad's D5 Pro massage gun also comes with 55 pounds of stall force, while the Therabody's only provides 40 pounds of stall force, so it means it's not as powerful as Bob and Brad's. Bob and Brad's gun provides 1500 to 2500 RPM, while Theragun's only provides 2400 RPM, so Bob and Brad's is a little more customizable and it can get even faster. Their gun also has 4 hours of battery lifetime, while Therabody's only has 2 hours, so it literally doubles their time and battery usage. And finally, Bob and Brad has a 2-year warranty, while Therabody only has a 1-year warranty. So really, I mean, look at the numbers. You're getting the most bang for your buck when you use Bob and Brad's gun, and you're getting even a better deal if you're using my link. Enjoy the luxury of whisper quiet operation for up to 4 hours of uninterrupted relief. And don't use some overpriced knockoff competitor. I wouldn't even use that gun for bedroom cardio. Upgrade your self-care routine with the D5 Pro massage gun and experience the future of targeted muscle therapy. Anytime, anywhere. The gym, your car, the bedroom. Thank you, Bob and Brad, for sponsoring this video. Now, back to the gym nerds. Athlete Next Jeff Cavalier. Along with flashing a bunch of studies on screen, he also highlights which specific muscles are being activated by drawing on himself with different color assorted markers, which I've got to admit makes it visually easier to understand. But coloring yourself is just so goofy. Trying to stay in between the lines, looking like a graffiti wall in the high school bathroom. But I mean, Jeff is an athletic trainer, and he used to be head physical therapist and strength coach for the New York Mets, which is actually pretty cool and not nerdy at all. But lying about using fake weights, possibly lying about his natty status, claiming that everything is killing your gains, and contradicting yourself on every single video is wedgie over your head behavior. It definitely knocks down his credibility and ups his nerdiness. B tier. Jeremy Effier. He kind of reminds me of a younger Sean Nalawani if he had a less monotone voice and focused more on cool animations instead of how to deliver the information in the simplest way. This along with the fact that his content is the gateway drug to overly optimal training, where he recommends you turn your lead foot 25 degrees to the left during a Smith machine split squat, because this effectively targets the vastus medialis 5% more, leading to an extra inch of girth. All the extra stuff that won't even make a difference, to be honest. Jeremy is definitely A tier. Ryan Humiston. This guy goes even deeper into the minor muscle activation theory, to the point where he'll attach electric pads to the specific muscle and see which variation electrocutes him the most, which I guess is a science-based way of shocking the muscle. It sounds like this guy is probably the nerdiest person on his list, but if I could change your mind with one clip.
All right, today we're going over exactly how to grow your glutes.
I rest my case. And unrelated, but have you seen Greg Doucet's Instagram recently? Bro is not playing around when he says he gets down harder than last time. Anyways, Ryan Humiston is a D tier. John Meadows. He has some of the best informational videos on fitness YouTube. And if I'm being honest, he really doesn't have any nerdy qualities. He always reminded me of like an old school high school football coach who was pretty chill but still stern at the same time. And I don't know if you guys know this, but despite passing away in 2021, he still posts videos very frequently, as recent as 3 weeks ago. So that's really cool. Rest in peace. F tier. Mike Israetel. A lot of his content is titled Exercise Scientist Exposes Blank, Exercise Scientist Critiques Blank, Exercise Scientist whatever. The fact that he has to use Exercise Scientist in every single title just bumps up his nerdy meter, because he's literally using his nerdiness as clickbait. His personality doesn't really scream nerd or anything, but sometimes he has this sarcastic, sassy attitude. I would say that he's slightly nerdier than average, but you guys let me know. I'm thinking B tier. Greg Doucet, the bedroom cardio world champion himself, in the featherweight division, that is, because the heavyweight champ obviously belongs to Nick Smith. If I'm being honest, the real nerdiest thing about him is just probably his voice. He got caught smuggling $250,000 worth of gear, and he got arrested, and now he has more sugar mamas than last time, and he begs everyone to buy his supplements. He's giving more snake oil salesman than nerd. I think at most Greg is a below average nerd, so maybe C tier. And these next two, these are honorable mentions, because I wouldn't really classify them as science-based lifters, but they base their whole life around science. They're fitness and health influencers who live science-based lives. The first guy is Andrew Huberman. This is the guy who has the podcast where he talks about the best biohacking methods and how to increase your testosterone. Yeah, to be honest, I think this guy is less of a nerd and more of like an evil scientist. He never really does anything nerdy, but he just always reminded me of some modern day Dr. Frankenstein. Like he's gonna accidentally create life one day. I think his masculine, monotone voice and that death stare he has, and not to mention his condescending intelligence, I think that all makes him less of a nerd. So I'm gonna have to put him in F tier. The next honorable mention is Derek from More Place, More Dates. And unlike Andrew, Derek articulates articulates his words in the way where you can barely understand them enough to also feel like you're almost as smart as him. There are times when he nerds out a bit, either when he's talking about steroids, testosterone, or pre-workout, but he usually stays pretty chill. I personally think that he's a C tier. And the last guy, probably my least favorite on this whole list, JPG Coaching. This guy honestly made science-based lifting not cool. Not like it was cool before, but it was just not looked that down upon. This guy had all the broccoli hair, pajama wearing kids using cable attachments on machines with built-in handles already for the extra range of motion. Like, bro, just use the cable machine from where you got the attachment from in the first place. JPG is literally the epitome of what everyone hates about science-based lifters. People can make fun of Jeff Nippard and Sean all day, but at least they have your best interest in heart. If your goal is mainly just to build muscle, that is. But JPG, on the other hand, overcomplicates all of his exercises to make it feel like you're doing more work. And the craziest part about this is his evidence is usually he just feels to burn more rather than actual studies, so it's barely even science-based. Now, this guy is the main culprit in canceling exercises that are considered suboptimal, and to be honest, for all this, I have to put him in S tier. And that's the science-based lifters ranked on how nerdy they are. This is a new series I want to do where I rank random fitness influencers on goofy subjects, so subscribe to see more. But for now, I made an hour-and-a-half long video of me ranking all of fitness, so go watch that video next.